Good morning, everybody here. Good evening, good afternoon. Hi. Uh, we have three classes left besides this one, right? So this class is landscape. The next would be panda and then bamboo and then landscape. The final one will be figure with Zen theme. Okay. Um, So we have a 4 months, but I already published a new class schedule for the summer quarter. If you're interested in continue, you can sign up now. The Monday class will be on eagles and prey of birds, including owls. Um, you can also join the same curriculum on Wednesday mornings, Monday evening and Wednesday evening, Wednesday morning, Monday evening are the same. And if you sign up one, you can choose both actually, if you have time, or you can you can go week by week according to your schedule. That's one. The in-person class here is relatively small than daytime. We have normally 5, 6 students here. So you can consider that it's for um, the 250-year anniversary. We start with the bald eagle in that class. Originally, I published wrong. I did panda in the summer and then eagle in the fall. So I called them to change. And there are already some students sign up. I think Jenny signed up already, right? You got the notice about the theme change?
I didn't have the eagle.
Eagle, yeah, the eagle is changed from panda to eagle. They said it would notify you if you registered. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Monday class, and the Thursday class will do more of the mixed like landscape animals and fish. So everything just like spring will be more seasonal flowers like a lotus. Yeah. Okay. So Fu Baoshi is my another grand teacher, I would call, because I have several teachers when I studied. The landscape teacher, Huang, Professor Huang was assistant, teaching assistant under Fu Baoshi in the Nanjing Normal University Fine Art Department. Um, he he passed away in the mid-60s, I think. So this painting we study is in his last decade in a style we call it socialist realism, because he was forced to paint realistic landscapes around the country. They traveled. He led a group of young artists from Nanjing, my hometown, and traveled for 200,000 miles or something like that around the country to paint the places, including scenic places, or some construction, projects, dams or mines. This place is a resort, we call it a vacation place. It was a Buddhist monastery, but during the after Cultural Revolution, no, I just checked recently. They now returned to the Zen monastery again. But during his visit, it became a resort, a holiday, vacation escape, a retreat, yeah, place. So he probably stayed there. And this place is called the Thousand Peaks Mountain, Qian Shan. Qian Shan in Chinese, thousand lotus peaks, or something like that. Because the peaks are resembling fl- lotus buds, and yeah, it's near a biggest coal mine town called Anshan, you know, that in northeast China. I never heard of this place because if he didn't, I think if he didn't travel there to see the mine that he painted, the exposed coal mine, you know, it's not tunnel, but exposed. It's big. I remember saw his painting nearby this place. So he also painted this in a series of studies. And this is a typical example of how he approached realistic sceneries. He has written notes or articles, published articles on his trip. And so we know how he paints. He also painted those places, you know, the landmark along the Long March Road, you know, the Red Army. So he he would try to explore the place first. We call it the first stage of a such process. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, I on the last page I included some realistic photos if you see, but this is not a color photo, but on a computer you can see the computer is so he would travel along the trail, maybe around the mountain, and will climb on the peak and see, you know, from a bird's eye view of the place he stayed, or you know, the temple below. And so in this stage, he not fixed himself on a viewpoint, start painting. He never paint on the spot like a plein air painters, but he did doing sketches, very rough sketches. He used either pen or pencil to draw very quickly on his notebook. We have a sketchbook published, an ebook available on our website. You can get you know, you can get download. Um, we have the um, you know, studies like compare his sketch with the finished work. It's very close. So he in his first stage, he will just paint a few lines for the composition mostly, and he will write abbreviation notes like color codes, and especially where's the key point, you know, what activities of human being want to be present. So he would write such notes. Um, this is okay, he has four stages of creation. I have exploring or touring around to have a full view of the place. And second is to think deeply and sublimely, how to say. You want to develop, he want to develop a mind image, which is transcend of the visual experience, okay? Transcendental, very sublime, we call it sublime thinking. Thinking sublimely, wu in Chinese, wu means um, comprehension of something thoroughly. And you know, he developed this his intent, a mind image, and then he write he jot down in his notebook. This is called recording. In recording or sketch, he just write, like I already described, a few lines. Only him can understand to help his memory, help to capture. He also include along the way, you know, when he explore, he will jot down, a tree here. Or this tree may be, good for a foreground. And then that rock there could be, a cliff. So he will assemble them together. So he'll collect information to fill in the composition later. The third stage is, this recording, right? The fourth stage, to write, he used the word in traditional Chinese. We don't say to paint, but actually the action is painting, right? He used brush, so the brush is used to write, or to expressive, right? Painting we call it writing. Okay, to write the ideas, Xie Yi. That's the Chinese term for spontaneous painting. You understand? Okay. I published a blog many years ago, several years, maybe 5 years ago. When I reviewed that, I realized that the original article, he mentioned that this painting stage is not the final work. Maybe is it the first draft? Maybe you call it the first draft or first painting, with brush. He will not paint it on spot because he won't carry everything. But now, you can. If I do that, we have those convenient tools that we can carry today, right? We have the convenient ink, etc. But at that time, they have to grind ink, maybe even no bottled ink. So he will do it the night in the hotel or in this resort, right? When his impression, his memory is fresh, so he painted before he returned home studio. I published wrongly. The article says he would finish it in the studio. Actually, he never finished the first draft in the studio. He painted the night before he left. He just before sleep. Let's say that. So he tell his students the young fullers that this is very important. Don't paint a full book of a sketch and try to compose it at home. It will never happen. Like for the same token, if you take hundreds of pictures and you want to develop a masterpiece from those materials, it won't help. So it has to be your fresh memory or impression, not at the spot like a French impressionist try to capture it in 10 minutes before the sun sets or so, before some color, light changes. We won't do that, but we got a impression in the mind, but we jot it down and in the spot with just a few sketch, like pencil and pen sketch. Then the night in the hotel, he would do the painting, maybe in a small scale, like this one. He did like this size, yeah, like this size, and he eventually can do it table size at home with all his notes, and he would do it several times, gradually become larger. You understand this process? So next time when you visit some place, think about these 4 words: exploring, look around, look at the mountain from different angle, try to pick the best angle of tree or collect a building or something that will help you. And then comprehension, or think sublimely, try to lift your mind eye up like a bird or drum, or I would call it like a bird's eye view. So think of this place like a map. You're looking at them. You can just draw a map, like a tourist map in your mind, and try to find a view. When I paint my cityscape when I was young, I don't have drum. I cannot ride a helicopter, but I always paint with high vantage point, or think myself above the tree top. to look at the scene. Okay, and then record details. If your composition roughly, you can think okay, here I would like to contribute some personal insight here. As a brush pen, a Chinese brush painter or sumi painter, we want to think. We want to ask this question at this thinking composing stage. What what we see through sumi eyes. Okay, what's the advantage, disadvantage of this media that we're using? So we want to certainly you cannot capture like impressionists the subtle light change or color change, right? That's oil. So, but we have something like a qi movement, the feng shui, maybe, geomancy, more substantial to think about. So you want to express the qi of the place, the geomancy of place. Some mountains has dominant peak. Some mountains are more reclusive, has large trees. Some mountains have spring, some mountains has waterfall. So that's the characteristic we want to capture, not just the, park your car and paint, find a spot. No, you have to think what best describe this place. Is the pine tree or the waterfall, stream, whatever. We have, if you choose one, one word to describe the place, if it, that's the kind of question, and that the sumi is what's suitable for, sumi painting. That's what the problem you want to solve. Yeah, that's the question. And then it comes to from what, this is what, right, to how. So ask question, how to do it, how, okay. I think personally, you can learn a lot about how by copying study the past methods, and you can see if you check the place Qian Shan, you'll find lots of photographs, and they don't look like exactly like his painting, but they all has a little bit. We say the place is as beautiful as a painting, but not the other way. We don't say, oh, this painting looks like that place, that beautiful mountain. Never. We always say, 江山如画, not 画如江山, right? The river and mountain looks like a beautiful landscape painting. Not, oh, this painting looks like the real mountain in Huangshan. Does that ever happen in your life? No. If you paint something that's like a postcard, it's not good. You have to create your landscape to be the spokesman of the landscape. Okay. So that's why his Fu Baoshi there's an exhibition called art or artists in this age of revolution in Cleveland and New York Metropolitan Museum about 10 years ago now. We have a catalog in our website, or you can get from their museum stores. Okay, I will start with this profile, which is Huangshan, has less trees in Huangshan, but more rocky. And in Qian Shan, there some part of rocks are exposed, cliffs like Huangshan, but just more with greens. So we can do this one first, okay? So to see how he does. And I have some brushes I want to share with you. he has developed a technique named after him called Fu Baoshi um, split brush, split brush, uh, texture. I want to share with you some old brushes. I never throw them away. This is my like a first grade calligraphy brush. If you want to pass this, I just bind like 3 brushes together to make a stencil brush. And we now have specifically made such, brush that comes with no point. It's like stencil brush, so you can stabbing like this. But you can just use a regular brush like that. But don't try to break it, because at a certain point, you can do it with any brush. A new brush it's the way to use it. I used to cut my brush like that. I cut a new brush and make it old. It works, but it's not his way. I researched his home museum. I saw his brushes. They're old, but they are not cut like this. Okay. But I think many people like I was before I visit his home museum, I thought well, he will cut his brush, make it like strange. Anyway, any brush will work. Any brush that's not suitable for writing, for calligraphy, or for flowers and birds, you can use that for landscape. Landscape brush is very the least how to say restrictive. You can use any brush, broken brush, especially. Okay, the ink he will use just the ink, right? Another thing is that he tends to use no pad. He used newspaper or newsprint because yeah, it might poke holes, but if you have a strong paper, it doesn't matter. I use mulberry paper. Yeah, you can use like a solid pad, just a piece of paper sometimes. Okay, so you want to come closer? Yeah, thank you for adjusting that. So I will do some pre-study just to show you the concept. Okay. Let me maybe just draw some diagrams, like if I do a handout for the next class, maybe what I would explain, how he approached a rock. First, okay, a rock has 3 dimensions, right? Um, okay, if I draw a shape just like this, like that, yeah, should be. So if I draw just a contour of a cube, okay, like that, it's two-dimensional. It's a shape, right? And you want to find this division of division spot that divide the cube into 3 dimensions. So in Western painting, they use shading like sides and maybe something like that. So this maybe cast shadow. So they use light to distinguish different planes. We call this planes. This is become a 3D, right? And this top has a light that's coming, from, let's say, coming from here. So in Chinese painting, we also have this concept, and we try to find what we call the why. Okay. This is traditional painting. So we would draw a rock, and we try to, divide it like this. So this is to divide the space, the shape into 3 dimensions. And Fu Baoshi, he does this. He has this in mind. He does it like this. So you don't really see what he's doing, right? But in his mind, he still have this concept, this same concept. You might see he use broken brush, uh, and some maybe split, like that. But roughly, he comes from this um, classical training, this kind of 芥子园 or mustard seeds garden manual of painting. So he knows that if you don't have this concept and you just do it looks like he's doing create a chaos, like there's no nothing. So bear that in mind. The 3D, okay. So in terms of his work has this 3 maybe 4 steps. One is the contour, the texture, and we call it the shading or wash. Okay, shading and dots. Okay. Okay. Contour is the out. So I will show you how to apply this concept. Okay. Okay, let's just do this rock. The first thing, when on his drawing, on his small drawing, you might want to do this like just like a thumbnail study. So for this painting, for this place, if you look at this place and you have and he would draw just like a composition. I will do this just for myself. Yeah, you should do that. So this is the concept. Okay, and then you can just draw some lines. Just use two something like a skyline. So just use two colors. If I have the gray, I can wash the gray exactly like the painting, like the painting. But if you just have a pen or pencil, and you just do this, you can use hatch lines for the foreground. So the most important thing is not this line, it's the diagonal composition. You see that? So I want to warn you, everybody, if I don't caution you, will paint the mountain like that. Most people will do that because this is what you see. The foreground is large, and if you take a picture, it's like that, right? If you look at the picture here, you don't the foreground is like this big, right? In foreground. So this is a very important. Okay. So foreground in this painting, in this particular Wang Shan painting that I love, is so you want to treat this composition like you would do a figure, like a human face. You want to how accurate it is. I just use water to roughly outline this. You can use pencil or charcoal. So this is very important. Okay, then I go Okay, and can you see that? You don't really see. If I use black, and then you might see. So the first, I'm using just a regular calligraphy, I mean, combination brush. I should use the Fu Baoshi brush because Angeline bought this one. I want to show you how do I use it. Okay, soak it first, and then just um, you can use a palette like that, just stepping, make it like this. If not enough, you just doing a bun like that. Just put some and make it split, and then just go like that. And you can use speed to create. Speed is very important. Yeah, but you have to. Your hand is speeding, but your mind is brake to think about the underlying structure I just draw. You may not just do this because the water may make the edge too soft. So I think okay, and use partial split hair to draw. Okay, here is a typical example I was trying to illustrate. So this rock, small rock, has 3 dimensions, right? So the division line is the middle one, and just from here it has the top plane or the lid plane, and then the um, shaded side. Okay, and here we have another maybe part of just the head tip of another rock. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a river, but could yeah, something like that. So exhaust this brush load. So you use the dry brush, just add those. You can use the dry brush to kind of soften the edge or add more textures. I just charged this water. Here. Let me. Now I use this brush, very little ink to do the pine trees. This too dry. Just a little bit. I may need a little more water, more ink. Sorry. I'm very oops. Try to use less ink, little ink to control. So use partial split hair. You can paint the trees. Actually, I will use smaller brush because this brush is obviously too big for the trees here. Let's save it. Just put it on the side here. Okay, I'm gonna use my old cut brush to show you how I will use it. So, and it had because this has a pointed tip. You can use this regular brush. Just use this. And the traditional way of doing this pine is like you have to do it in one stroke at a time. But here I just paint the silhouette, and he is very well known to paint a tree with um, sky holes, and he will put buildings and figures later in this under this tree or in the sky holes. And if you just copy his hole, in his wife's words, his student always try to copy those holes, and their tree holes become rut rut holes, rut caves, because it's just the hole, it has, because it's like you try to mimic um, the result, but forgot, how this formed is naturally with the tree, not so you cannot force it to count the holes or to do exactly, because I have this wet stroke that happened to be there. So if you try to copy exactly the effect, you got lost, because yeah, even when I now I'm trying to not to copy, because if I copy, I may ruin my good strokes. So just keep your mind open. Just use dry brush. Dry brush. You can. Okay, that's the shader, and then some on top. That's about it. Okay. Um, he used the color for the background, not light ink, because he want to keep the ink from contrast from the foreground. So he used the maybe cool and warm contrast as well. So I would dry this tree, because the background I'm going to do may touch these trees. Okay, this is a new technique. I didn't attempt before with water, but this is beautiful. Created like a subtle mist that coming from the valley. So I want to keep that. Okay, now I'm using the soft brush. You can use the same brush if you want, but you have to clean it. I have to clean it, so I use soft brush. In this case, we don't need the texture. Okay, it's a dry and like wet contrast also. So let me get this. The Huangshan mountain has the characteristic yellow. If you look at the picture, it's also yellow, but under some conditions, like in the morning, it might be blue. So you can really choose what you want. So let me just do the Huangshan. I just got some yellow, some ochre color. There'll be some color to mute it, some blue to mute it. So you see, I got every color in one load, a little bit saturated at the tip. Okay, now I'm going to just stamping. You look like you can count the strokes. Can you? I think in this maybe on some kind of shrimp paper. So one, just to contrast out this now white cliff. So the the shape is still on this diagonal, so not expanding on that too far, right? So just concentrate on the, okay, just do it like a back and forth is okay. And a little cliff, I mean little rock, and then just um, I see I use the heel because I know heel is lighter, so that goes all the way here, right? And just yeah, see the heel is lighter, okay? And the tip is stronger. If you want stronger, even you can draw a line, just make it up a little bit. Okay, that's almost the degree I'm counting is a little bit more steep, right? So maybe a little bit like that. Okay, but I do like this cliff. Okay, I want to. You don't paint like this way because I want to jump. I do the cussing here. This is like a small version of the upper one. And here, it's almost echoing the main composition. Okay, like here. Okay, and then just something in between. If it's too dry, add a little dry. And I'll do a little bit blue color, maybe. Area perspective. See how I use color, huh? So this one still on this diagonal line, but like up to just use the dark side on the top and bring it down behind. Okay. He used a lot of water. I know I have water there, so just going like that. So use different part of the brush according to your need. Find a place where it's suitable. Don't reload. Try to find if this color is still, can be used anywhere before you wash it out. Okay, and then okay, in his painting, he did something more like a purplish, right? Um, um, Let me see. Do I want to change that? I I I see. It depends on what palette I have. So let's do that. We just mix a dark purplish color like this, just like a dirty colors. You can add more red to the brown and more blue to the brown. Uh, you don't use yellow because the yellow is too light. Brown has yellow in it. So when you need the yellow, just add brown. And when you need red, just add red. So it will become dark burgundy color, maybe. Let me just see. Yeah, that's the color I think he used. And some part could be a little cooler, maybe. Okay. If you want a gradation from dark to light, you go from bottom up, like that. Okay. Vegetation, I just add blue to it. Okay. Blue. Um, this is a hole, or let's make it into, because I didn't paint it. So let's just make it into a place that you can put a temple or some travelers there. So this is the hole, the big hole under the tree, and some small holes. That's a breathing holes. Okay, so you want to keep that, and you want to, if you want, you can put some brown, but not too much, to the trunk. Let's leave it up. Okay, let me finish by adding some colors here. And here's a little kind of like a um, window or escape that the chi kind of connect to the earth. Okay, and yeah, he will hand it up, and then look from this distance until he sees something. He will. Wow, this color is weird. That's so purple. I never see this color in the landscape. Do you? Let me just put a little red colors. What's the color on your phone, Anthony? Can you see that? The last email I sent last night before sleep. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what happened. He used a soft gray wash before the colors, so the color saturation is muted. We can still do that later if we need it. But I just use some dry brush with ink to mute the saturation a little bit. Okay, and that's it, I think. I will do just you can add like you can see this is a trail. You can put people here, and maybe put a roof of a pavilion or something there. Okay, let me see. On his um, on this painting, okay, you can see here the the temple is kind of next to a cliff there. Oops, I just put a corner of it, and that's all I need. I can just put a corner of a temple, and the round window. I think he used something. I remember it's something like this. Just the corner of the building, a roof there. Yeah. Okay. And then you can put a little figure, but for that, I'll use my tiny little detail brush just to draw maybe a red and a blue or some. Oops. The face, the head, we just use light brown or vermilion, just, but black. I think in Chinese people, the a black dot is enough. Just like one dot in red, maybe one dot in green or whatever. You can make 3 people if you want. Just green, maybe blue. Yeah, bluish. Maybe. Okay, and then we just use ink. Yeah, just dot the head. Keep it small. It could be small. Then you need, and just like a um, stick people. Just oops, just some dark. They can You can put something on the back, but I just a little scale for the reason of scale. You understand? To make the tree or rock look bigger. Okay. And I think he used this dark roof. Oops, blue roof. So it's more hidden. Yeah, you can use brown, I think, but for some reason, I think they just a little bit brown, I think. Oops, a hint of that. So that's my Huangshan. Maybe I already did everything today. So next, it's yours. Yeah, he simplified this into one single hue in his painting. I try to make it look like there's a like a V-shaped valley that you see through into the distance. But it's up to you. You can paint like just like that. So it looks more like a just a middle ground. This one has a distant ground, a middle ground, and foreground kind of overlapped. This kind of composition is not traditional. It's more contemporary. It's more close to what people experience in their eyes, right? So I try to fill in some unwanted space like that. Oh, all right. Now I'm gonna sign. He didn't sign it. He put a seal on the corner here. So that's also a good idea for contemporary composition. It's good not to destroy the emptiness on the top. Yeah, just to maybe I sign it later when it's dry, or I can sign it maybe on this corner. I think maybe that's good place to consider. So just sign like a year and um, he did sign the uh the painting as a holiday, right? Oh, I did this painting before the class, but you can watch the video already. This one is on rice paper, so the approach is different. Um, it's more absorbent. And this is on mulberry paper. Fu Baoshi likes mulberry paper. 99% of his painting is on mulberry paper. Okay, yeah. So just he write in seal script, very uh, small like that. Just very small like that. And a seal. So remember the diagonal and just up and down, break that line, make it rhythm like your music. This is what we call the skyline. Skyline along a diagonal slope, right? I just invented this composition name, but that that different painting like this one, you can paint like a horizon. Okay, the horizon could be higher than the vantage line down below. Okay, so if you want to copy the the first study I did, it's actually more has more of my our my assistant, AI assistant ideas. I try to paint more pine trees like hanging cliff. That hanging cliff, I think it's a good idea. Maybe we'll see if I can still do that. But you know, it's like a pointer. It directs your eye down a little bit, right? So you can use this to direct the viewer um, to make the chi flow. Okay. Let me make room for you to take a picture. That's okay. No problem. Let me just move. Let me just put my demos. Before it gets dry, we can add a little dark. I feel that this cliff must go up to the top as I did like this one, I like. So I'm going to just continue to just block that. Explain. Oh, I have to rely on your yeah, your photo to if I fail. Let me take a picture. This is a new version now. I just uh, painted all the cliff all the way top. I think it's okay. Looks so every pivoting point, you should take a picture because you may lose it. And Fu Baoshi is very courageous in risk taking in his painting. He will paint in the first 5 minutes of painting, very quickly, and he will either throw it away or keep a pile of them. So when he passed away, his family had a pile of unfinished painting, um, and they never buy toilet papers. I was told that. So it's a number game, He 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 just runs through a lot of paper because the way he does is very how to say accidental or spontaneous. He has kind of a probability of control, he drank. He's a heavy drinker. He painted in his we call this quantum in quantum science. What is called the ambiguous stage between clear, sober, and tipsy. Yeah, tips, yeah, empathy, empathy. Yeah. Anyway, so he paint a lot of chaotic um, start. People, if you watch him, you don't know what he's doing, and so he would never paint before a class because their energy or they mind, the comment may influence his judgment. So only in the end, it starts from one, right? And it develops into many, and then it will end into oneness again. So every part will hold together in the end. That's just like Tai Chi. Every stroke has both new energy, also um, the negative, the pulling and pushing at the same time. Yeah, you understand? So if you only express and pushing and attacking and stabbing, you will lose the balance. Um, yeah, so just think about the structure when you're doing spontaneous strokes. That's my advice, according to my experience. So you dance within the restraint. Yeah. I mean, let's show people online very close view of this painting now. Let me see from right on top. If you want to take a picture of a frame, your screen, you can do that now. And I cannot zoom. Let me see if I can. I think on zoom, if we can unzoom, this I have to move physically the camera, lower the camera, so now you can see better. Let's see. I want to lift the painting so you guys in the classroom can see from distance. Okay, now this is the back. This is the back. Now it's the front. Okay. It's different, right? Yeah, I hope better. Yeah. And the the color ink will dry lighter, but it will come back after you well, after we frame it, not frame, of course, frame before uh, we have to mount. After mounting, you will see the color will come back. I didn't bring my mounting paper, but maybe I'll do it at home after mounting. But it's good, you know, you should also know when the painting is wet, what it looks like, what color intensity you try to reach for the expected tone or value. Maria comments or question, finding the essence, energy of the place. Yeah, that's in the stage of thinking, sublimely. Yes, that's true. Yeah, your mind image is a feeling. It's what moves you, what reasoning, what is the why and what
Yeah.
you paint this place. Yes.
Yeah.
And then when you write, when you record notes, when you jot down your thoughts, become how to express that. You, you notice that your mind image is always the best. Okay, so if you ask me what version or what's your favorite, I will say next one. Right, next one. Yeah. So it's um, the physical world and the spiritual world difference. Okay, and the spiritual world is always more sublime, more lofty, more transcendental, and more universal, internal, and uh, also more emotional, not bound by the physics.
That's beautiful, Henry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your comments. I have studied this from age of 14, so now I'm just past this 67. 50 some years. Oh, wow, that's long. But within 1 year, I become a landscape, a small, young landscape painter, well known in the school, and I won provincial awards by my work being featured in a provincial newspaper with this style. So by that time, I never studied the mustard seeds garden manual painting or the traditional method. I start right away from the contemporary revolutionary style that Fu Baoshi developed. So then in college, I had another private class from a master who's very good at Shitao and Shenzhou and those master seeds garden manual painting. I had a class with teacher Han Shaoying. That's my second landscape painting teacher. But my first teacher was Huang Chunyao. He was a professor in art history and aesthetics in the Department of Fine Arts, and he taught art history for Professor Fu Baoshi. Fu Baoshi was a scholar. There are two kinds of masters. If you look at the top four, okay, Pan Tianshou and Fu Baoshi are kind of even Huang Binghong, another landscape painter. There are educators, publishers, or deans of college, fine arts schools, professors, and so they become well known, not only by their work, but also by the writing, lectures, and their classes, their students, yeah. And another kind of artist, which is represented by Qi Baishi. He is a very successful commercial artist, but he is recognized by the literati painters or contemporary art school founders like Qi Beihong and Lin Fengmian. They are both, Western educated. They try to break through the older tradition. And the Qi Baishi represents a fresh blood from the folk background, not from the Orthodox school. So he's kind of modern, right? From the indigenous like folk tradition, from a carpenter's background. So he learned very hard how to write poems, calligraphy. He will call himself first like a poet and calligrapher, and still engraving artist, then a painter. So he is probably considered as the last literati painter in contemporary history. And Fu Baoshi only did 3,050, maybe 3,500 pieces in his life. He many given to museums or the government officials. He socialized with those. He's a state-sponsored artist in the new age of revolution. So he's very successful throughout his art career. But he at first was a professor in the Central University in Chongqing at wartime, but he quit his job and lived in the mountain in Sichuan for months or years, and developed his unique split brush landscape, misty landscape with a split brush, and his trademark technique. And I forgot to mention a very important career of his as a master. He studied in Japan. He studied in Japan art history, and he returned to China after he already became exhibiting artist in Japan. He returned China in the beginning of the World War II to help fight the Japanese invasion. So he became a propaganda team of the government department of and then he did wartime posters or something like that, I think. He mainly used his painting to, especially he painted those figures of patriots or some stories of some, what do we call, nationalism, to promote nationalism in the spirit in the wartime. His landscape become also a revitalizing, to the very bookish, very conservative trend from the Qing dynasty. So it's a really revival of the new energy of the nation or the country, and become a symbol of just like a Xu Beihong's horse, of the national spirit. And his line, his brushwork is so powerful. That's why it represents the power of the people at the time. So his figure painting, for example, use very thin, so-called iron wire lines, very strong, long lines, very thin but very strong lines. Nobody can do that today even. And he will put those figures in the landscape also, the poet or some. He would write like historical lessons from the past to mobilize people's patriotism and proud of Chinese culture. Yeah, you can read books on him. He's well studied. I have many books in my collection, and some in English. You can find, like I said, there's a catalog for exhibition called "Artist in the Age of Revolution" or "Art in the Age of Revolution" show, and you can buy a copy from Blue Henry Arts if you like. I have a good friend in Nanjing. He was director of his home museum. So I videotaped interview and the demo and asked questions, what kind of brush, what technique, especially the technical part. So he demoed, he instructed. I brought several versions of brush for him to test and see which one works. So eventually we choose this blend hair brush for landscape, and we have that video actually, brush testing video. I have that piece of paper. He did the test, and his name is Xu Shan. Mr. Xu Shan is so good that many of his paintings are mistaken as the original Fu Baoshi. Even the China Post, they published a stamp after named attributed to Fu Baoshi, but actually it was done by Xu Shan. Yeah. Oh, we got some works
It's a
initially.
small one. I don't think,
Uh,
I think because it's so small, I didn't try anything useful.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, you try the square composition. That's more challenge than rectangular. Even. Let's see. Um. Okay. I just need to extend some of uh the part here, like the side. You have. There's no reason you have this gap here, right? So I want to fill in that first for you, just to bring that to the edge. Normally, I would do something like this. I just, because instead of going down, you can stop the eye from dropping this, like going up a little bit. Yeah. Let me use a piece of paper. Will this suggest more peaks on this side? Okay. See, you can use blotting paper, by the way, to control bleed. And the tree needs to have a wash. And he would do a thorough wash. It just wet the whole thing, because if you don't wet, you'll see those edges, right? You can soften them. You can soften the edge by wet the whole thing. You can spray water instead of using brush. Let me show you. Just like here, you want to spray some water to protect that white, and then you bring down those washes from top here, just to soften that. Okay, so it become mist. You're right that the shape of the heel foot or whatever is the edge of the white clouds, right? But in the foreground, like you did here, is wonderful. The moisture in the brush, in the branches of the rock, create mist. So this moisture is wonderful. I just want to give more, to bring all this into mist. Okay, you don't have to fill in all the white. You just use this, like soft. I do see a house there. That's great. Okay, so we just put some brown on the branch, right? And then just use this green color or blue color, whatever. I just got some indigo. You have wonderful tree holes but you want to just keep large, small, medium, three, maybe. Okay. Yeah, it's good to start with many, and then you kind of organize them into. You got the idea of the sky holes or tree holes. I don't know what we call this. They don't look like rat holes at all. You have good rhythm with them. It's good. I like that. So I just bring the top, the tree crown together, and some, up like that. It's good. It has to do with a lot of wet into wet wash to create the mist. I didn't have time to, I didn't have chance to do that in my composition that I followed the diagonal composition. So yours has more, give me the opportunity to do this right now. This is a little too lavender or purplish, so you want to get a little either warm or let's just follow his original color scheme. So just more red, brownish. Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. You can do it like this. The brown, it covers the ink. I don't want to destroy the ink strokes that you have. So I just paint on the back side. He will do that. He also have a master of mounting next to him, his studio. He can ask the guy to mount the painting before he continues. So when he started, the paper is absorbent, right? After mounting, it becomes semi-absorbent. So it's kind of hard to see in the end for the connoisseur to see whatever he used. So some part is very absorbent, some part is very non-absorbent. It could be on the same piece. So generally speaking, the distant mountain is blue, so you want to just have blue there to close. And you can have a little bit horizon and that. You can just paint the sky in blue, very, very pale blue. And just leave the white cloud there. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Stop me before I ruin it. Let me just finish by doing a little bit of wash on this tree. Okay. This is too much. Okay. Let me take a picture. Well, the paper is wet, so you can see through those dark spots. Hope people can ignore that. Beautiful. Okay, I'm just softness there. Just integrate the mountain a little bit. Okay. Take another one. Okay, you can take it. It's wet. Yes, be careful. Yeah. Just hold it with your forefingers. Yeah. Wow, beautiful. I showed people Steve's picture in my phone. Looks good, right?
So I was reading about how to get those split brushes, because I've
Oh,
seen that there are some that come already split. And I
yeah,
was
yeah.
reading about how you would get those, and it's
Yeah,
said that
we have
one
this
way
for
to
sale like this.
get them is
You want to try this? Yeah.
to take a bamboo stick, like a
Oh.
fresh green one, about the thickness of a paintbrush handle. And they would stick them in dirt for a year and let it rot
Oh,
up to the nodule, and then pound it with a hammer.
oh,
And it
you mean the
takes the,
bamboo brush? Yeah.
right, it's just literally a bamboo
I
stick.
I
like
didn't
wood,
see. Yeah, I
and
didn't
they
see
would
that.
pound it with a
Yeah.
hammer, and some
Oh,
fibers would be left, and it would be a natural
I
split brush.
the front made of
Yeah.
bamboo, single bamboo.
Single bamboo stick,
Yeah.
and it said that, I found a YouTube video of
Oh.
somebody saying that
Oh, I have bamboo. I
because
can
you
try.
don't want to wait the year,
Uh-huh.
a way to get a, maybe
Yeah.
easier, faster,
Uh-huh.
is to take the bamboo
Uh-huh.
and put it in a lye solution for a day.
Oh, lines.
You just dip it the depth of where you want the equivalent of the hairs.
Yeah.
In
What is
lye.
line?
Oh,
it's
grain
a-
cleaner is the
Oh.
cheapest way to get it, but
Oh,
it's a very.
grain clean.
basic-
Oh, I
it's
see.
the opposite of an acid.
I see. I see. The
Very
uh,
strong caustic.
uh-huh.
So
I see. So
they
oh,
sell it as grain cleaner.
green. Oh,
For
grain
only
cleaner.
$1 or two
Uh-huh.
in, at Home Depot.
Uh-huh.
But it eats away the soft parts
Uh.
and leaves the stiffer fibers.
Uh-huh.
And then you pound it with a hammer to get it flat.
Oh,
And it looks, at least in the videos, like you end up with a nice
oh,
split,
brilliant.
natural split brush.
Uh-huh.
Because it's wood fiber, it doesn't hold as much liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you closer to a dry brush, just because it isn't holding as much liquid, but it looked interesting, and supposedly they've been
Yeah.
doing that for hundreds of years, but I didn't find anyone selling them that have.
Yeah, I
already
think
been
it
made.
sounds too troublous to make. Yeah. Okay. You can get this brush from us if you want. Let me just show you. This brush does. You can just use the split brush like that, or you can just stamp like this. Yeah, it will create dots like that. I think it's designed as a stencil brush, kind of like this. Yeah. So you stencil it like that. Like a fabric become a. You want to try? Yeah. Just try this. Yeah, just yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like this branch to be long. You could. It's kind of difficult to draw with the split brush, so you have to draw with a different thin brush. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's all. You can trim it off. Yeah.
Save space.
Oh, for writing?
Yeah, for writing or
We don't really do that. No, you can do that as a study, no problem. But yeah, you can just paint all the way here. Let me see. And then we can just make it into a like a through. Yeah, it's just another rock in this part, so you don't have to trim it. So let's see. And you can paint something through that. Let me just okay, let me just paint it a little, just extend that line a little bit. Like it feels like there's something like horizon, and here it could be a river, right? You can just paint. It's a clouds. Yeah, you can just paint like a clouds. So basically, you can draw a line like a clouds, like a Angeline know how to do the lines like this. But this is a little too dark, but you can just draw a little bit. short line.
No, I think it's fine.
You can cut it off if you don't like. I just experiment. Yeah. Yeah. You can cut this off if you don't like. Just make it into a cross for you. Okay, and now it's okay. Just take a picture. Oh, because I have paperweight. We can use paperweight. Oops. Here. Okay, you can get this. Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Jenny. Okay, very nice. So yeah, this tree need to fill with some darker green, maybe darker blue. Yeah, just do it for you. You can make the house in a warm color, like the California roof, or you can just this brown color so it would contrast, stand out just a little bit. And this should go down. Very good. So it's not floating in the air. Right? So just paint all the way to the edge. Don't leave a white line there. Paint all the way down. I mean, all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, just to finish this one. This it's a little white. It's good at the beginning. Then you kind of organize it into only the ones you need. Okay, it's better now. Yeah, this three figure kind of like a two equal. I mean, two distance to equal. You want to make it into like a family or something, grouping. You can add two more maybe or make one in between or something. Just remember the three has a rhythm, two together, one separate, something like that. So you can, I don't know how to do. You fix it yourself. Figure out, yeah. Just add maybe one more, make it five. Five would be good, yeah. Try to insert one between the two or something. Make it dense and sparse.
Maybe a shorter one.
Yeah, you can make a child, maybe something, just to vary the distance and yeah, will help. Very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see.
Trees.
Let me see.
Sorry. They all look
Yeah,
like
I think,
rocks.
yeah, you can. I see that, and I see the branches very clear. That's yeah. Just to make the crowns more solid, you can use a little.
Branches.
No, the needles right on top of the trees, little crown. It's more solid, and this branches, the arm of the tree. That's all we need, and this is fine. The distance, this is perfect there. Or you can just make this like a tall trees like that. So just define the stems or the trunk is more important to make this grass into trees. Yeah, just make a pole. Yeah, just like a pole, it will become trees.
Okay, to have darker, not just the dots.
You need to do the structure of this lines. Yeah, that's all. And you need a contour for some of those, just to define the shape. This is good. This is good.
Put it in.
Yeah, just to extend it to the bottom a little bit. Look at that. Okay. The vegetation need to be more moisture, like here. It's good.
Ah,
Yeah. Just a little exhaust the brush. Okay, it's good. This green is a little too green. It could be bluer, but it's okay. It's,
Or a darker, more black, maybe,
Um,
in there.
no, just add a little brown as a base, because they turn chalky without the brown. So this will bring,
Sneaky.
yeah, you know the natural mine stone with it has brown in it. It looks nice like that.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky. It is better. Not bad.
Yeah, just like that. And just the holes could be a little color, so you can carefully fill in a little color of the background to finish. That's okay. The foreground, you can leave it ink, just like that, or you can add some other color like the blues or purples. I think it's okay to just as a white rock, you know, like a granite or some.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Looks a lot better.
Oh, you know, I see a big, huge tree there. Do you see that?
Oh,
This-
that's supposed to be the rock, you see?
Yeah, I see this tree almost kind of falling, but still standing, like a bending. Well, that's a wonderful tree. So you can add a little traveler there. This has become a big tree on top of that. You see that big tree there? That's a wonderful tree. It's like it's a big hole there.
Thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
Structural definition.
Okay, good. Good, good.
Why my mountain doesn't look like a mountain?
Oh, because you don't have the contour and the texture. So you only have the wash, but you do have this texture, but maybe the contour is the key. You want to dry it first,
Okay.
and then I'll do it for you while we're talking. So just
No contour.
yeah, just need a little bone, not just the I'll show you how you get the narrow strokes.
Okay. So I have to wash, I have the texture, but no contour.
Yeah, I think that's when I let me show you if I do it from the beginning. Okay, this is a yeah. Let me just show you the like say if you have a large brush like this, right, and you want to do the contour with the tip part, and it's vertically like this, you can push up or pull down. This is the contour, right?
Okay.
And then you use the side
Mhm.
horizontally or diagonally to create the texture. So you're doing everything in vertical. The vertical should be just the tip. See, this is the contour, and then this is the texture. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And also consider the stack of cards series. So the front one is white, card. You see in Fu Baoshi painting, he has a big white. I lost that, but let me see if I can. We can fix it. Yeah, it's just you have a front right there. I see. You still have some chance to you have white. You have white. Just be careful with your front card. Your front card is like this, going that.
You cut it through.
Yeah, just do a quick sketch, kind of cutting the. I do like this brand, this card there, and this is the like a cards behind. So this big surface is the card in the front. That's, you remember? I didn't mention this analogy, but now I have chance to make it up. Thank you for for asking that question. So this is a card behind the front one, and this is narrower, getting narrower to become an edge, become a hard edge. See that difference I'm trying to make? So you can make the front card whiter, but doing around it. He painted something like this, right? That's just tacking that. So that become a card. Let me do this one for you also. So this one, this is more in the front. Yeah, just along the edge. Basically, you just need to paint the contour along the outer edge. That's all. Yeah. And then the tree, you can point this down.
More prominent.
Yeah, just
Yes.
oh, good. Yeah, that's your just the crown could be a little bit rounder, higher. Yeah. So that's
Wow. Make a big difference.
yeah, just and then you make the shady part, like this part, darker. That's it. Okay.
So the distant mountain looks okay.
Yeah, perfect. I like the light and dark contrast.
Oh, big difference. It comes alive. When you dry it and then
It's still damp, but yeah, I added some contours, definition, like divided with the Y's. You know, here is the Y. This is the front. This is another. The front is larger. The side, and then this is the back. It's like a stacking of cards. Yeah, playing cards. Okay. Okay. Oh, Angeline first.
I referenced a different painting.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, it's majestic. Okay.
I feel like this doesn't make sense.
I don't even notice that at first glance. I think it's good. What bothers you is, I think maybe the front could be more detailed. Just add a little standing out trees to differentiate from the rest. Okay, this is the valley. I think that's all. Yeah, don't be afraid to paint the vegetation on top of it, just like Yosemite, you know, the trees on top, on that. This just larger trees in the front. I think the back is fine. I don't see any problem at all. So I just bring the energy down here. So make sure they are integrated. So this part has a force that dropping down and then become like a flat again, a drop from top. Yeah. So here you can have a little bit shady part tree. This trees could be a little even larger than the top ones, so you can have something more individual trees maybe. Okay, that's it, I think. That's it.
Thank you.
Let me take a photo. Just one last touch. I want to break that bottom line. Okay. That looks much better. Mm. Okay. Yeah, I like the clouds and the mist in the front. It has no shape. It's in the rock and the trees, but it start to have the shape in the distance. Yeah, yeah.
Is the middle ground you think dark enough?
That's already dark. You can even darker this part a little bit, but not more on that. Yeah, the most distant it has no texture. It should be purely purely wash. Yeah. Let me see. So what do you think?
I have trouble with the tree.
Oh, this tree. Okay. I can give you a new brush if you want to try this. Just dot with this brush some Fu Baoshi dots. Stapling. This is called Fu Baoshi stapling brush. And you can just do something like this. Stencil brush. Yeah.
Bit more. Lost my nerve.
That's a good. That's good enough. Do you want to grow it from the rock? This is nice. This is good. So just this one. Yeah, yeah, you got it.
The little house.
Oh, you have this cliff house. Yeah, just let it dry and then you can do more if you want to define that. Yeah, you can paint a little more on the bottom so it doesn't leave any gap there. So I take advantage of the bottom all the way down to the edge, and you can just define. Yeah, the contour I was talking about. This is nice contour. Then you can have more contour on the front also. Yeah, just and just make sure it's not going to float. Okay, that's it. Let me take a picture. There's nothing wrong, just accumulate more layers. When the first layer dry, it looks perfect in my photo. Okay. Thank you.
The painting that you wanted to leave for an hour and come back to.
Yeah, exactly. He would do it years after, or months after the initial sweeping. He called it sewing. The sewing stage can last years.
The water.
Yeah, this is yeah, we call it broken ink, like a pouring ink, pouring ink. Yeah, you can wait it to dry to add more. Let me just see what we can do. I think it's okay. You know, the just this part we need to kind of finish this broken sheet. This part is fine. This is nice. Yeah, if you wait, or you can use this dry between just the layers, it would be better. But it's still there. It's still there. Not a problem. It's just in some of his painting, he liked to do storms. More wet like this. Yeah.
So just do the cutting like you did.
Yeah. Do you have the blue? I can borrow? Oh, you watched it already? Okay. Yeah, let me just use whatever I have. Let me just get whatever I have. So I want to extend that blue behind the red, so they are kind of become the background. So just like that. Yeah, that goes here and then even here. You see the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can cut in here a little bit. So you see my
Yeah.
idea? So it goes behind behind the blue is behind the yellow, right? So now it's kind of the yin yang kind of complement each other. Yeah. So that's all. Yeah, this is
Do it, let it dry and.
yeah, you can do another
Yeah.
layer with black. Or
Yeah.
you can, if you want, I can just pour it in to
Sure.
help you start. You can put in more darks here. Oops. Okay, just put darks here so it kind of anchor the foreground for you. Yeah, you can put dry and wet on the I used to paint with a friend, and at this stage we just go to dinner and come back. So it dries and continues. So it takes time. Yeah, but you can see it works. It will still be evolving. We call this pouring ink technique, or breaking ink, breaking ink, wet into wet.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
that looks good. That looks good. Yeah. Very good. Oops. Right. Okay, beautiful. Wow. Look at this.
It's different on the phone.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you. Masterpiece. Have a lot of energy. Okay, class is up. So I have to end the class now. Sorry that we didn't have time to critique yours online, and I look forward to see your work in email. Thanks for your energy and contribution. Okay, I see many comments there. Okay, thank you. Stop recording.